From the forbidden recesses of the human heart, to the unnatural occurrences which blight the earth and beyond, we now explore the terrifying truth behind actual events, uncovering mysteries more profound than any fiction. Join us now as we explore the sinister underbelly of real horrors. On the evening of February 19th, 1994, a 31-year-old resident of Riverside, California, tragically passed away. The details surrounding this death have been investigated thoroughly, and to this day, the only explanation is an uncertain one, shrouding this unusual case in nothing but speculation and mystery. At about 8:15 p.m. that evening, Gloria Ramirez was admitted to the General Hospital in Riverside, California. Her symptoms? Disorientation, shallow breathing, and a rapid heart rate. When questioned, the patient could only respond with unintelligible noises. Sadly, these are not uncommon symptoms in an emergency room, but what followed shocked the medical staff who attended to Gloria. She was first injected with sedatives to calm her, and then other medications to reduce her heart rate. Unfortunately, Ms. Ramirez was unresponsive to the treatment, and her condition worsened. The emergency room staff then used a defibrillator in an attempt to return her heart rate to normal. It was then that they first noticed it. An oily film on Ms. Ramirez's skin, accompanied by a garlic odour coming from her body. This, however, was only the beginning. When an attending nurse by the name of Susan Kane took some bloods from the patient, the staff noticed a chemical odour not dissimilar to ammonia. One of Kane's colleagues then noticed that the blood-filled syringe contained strange coloured particles floating among the usually dark red liquid. Then, all hell broke loose. One of the nurses collapsed and was taken away to be attended to. Another then complained of feeling ill and had to be excused, before being found outside the treatment room, slumped over, her breathing erratic. A third nurse then began to convulse as screams were heard from the treatment room. At this point, all patients in the emergency room were evacuated, and only a few brave nurses and doctors remained to administer CPR in an attempt to save their patient. Tragically, at 8:50 p.m, Gloria Ramirez was pronounced dead. In the aftermath, 23 people who had been in the emergency room when Ms. Ramirez was admitted fell mysteriously ill, 5 of them requiring serious hospital treatment. So, what are we to make of Gloria Ramirez's strange and tragic death, and the illnesses which followed? The initial attributed cause of death was kidney failure, which was related to cervical cancer, which Ms. Ramirez had been bravely battling. However, this alone could not explain the odour, blood particles, and reaction from the medical staff. Officials were perplexed, and so a subsequent investigation was opened up, which revealed that some of those who had been ill shared certain similarities, such as handling Ms. Ramirez's intravenous line. But this was not true of all those affected. It was then argued that perhaps mass hysteria had taken hold, a social placebo effect, where individuals react psychologically and physically to a perceived yet absent threat. To this day, the mystery surrounding the death of Gloria Ramirez has provided only one real explanation, one which is possible, yet highly improbable. It has been argued that Ms. Ramirez had been using dimethyl sulfoxide to treat the pain associated with her cancer and treatment. Dimethyl sulfoxide, or DMSO for short, is present in a number of household solvent cleaners. Researchers have suggested that DMSO built up in Ms. Ramirez's body after ingestion and was not being adequately flushed out of her system due to her kidney failure. This substance then seeped through the pores in her skin, creating the oily film the medical staff encountered, as well as the garlic-like odour. And what about the floating particles in the blood sample? DMSO can react with oxygen to produce crystals which could explain what the nurses observed in the syringe that night. The final piece in the puzzle may even explain the illness which afflicted many of those present. It has been hypothesized that the electric charge from the defibrillator could have converted any present DMSO into a poisonous gas called dimethyl sulfate, although whether this is possible or not remains debatable. The current official explanation is either the product of brilliant forensic science or wishful thinking in the face of no existing theory which survives scrutiny. Unfortunately, we may never learn the truth behind what killed Gloria Ramirez, or what hospitalised 5 emergency staff, leaving more than 20 others exhibiting strange symptoms. The 3 options available to us then are a highly improbable official explanation, or completely unsubstantiated theories like a returned UFO abduction, or no explanation at all. One detail remains even more unusual than everything which preceded it. Gloria Ramirez was buried in an unmarked grave for an unknown reason, following an autopsy ordered by the Ramirez family. This investigation was inconclusive, as the pathologist simply could not ascertain the cause of death, especially considering the fact that most of her organs were contaminated by fecal matter and that her heart was missing. Thank you for listening. For more terrifying stories, urban legends, and real-life horrors, subscribe to the Ghastly Tales YouTube channel. Join us on Facebook at Ghastly Tales Presents, and stalk us on Twitter at ghastly_tales. Remember that all of our audio productions are available to download for free on iTunes. Just search for the Ghastly Tales Horror Show and we'll take care of the fright. Thank you, Ghasties, and good night, and unpleasant dreams.